Prana Mudra. Bring the thumbs to touch on the ring and little finger of each hand to give you a boost of energy, cleanse your aura, and it's particularly refreshing for the eyes. Take a couple of rounds of breath. Activate dormant energies through the mudra of prana. Slow down and listen. Trust the power of the universe that lives and breathes inside you. You are a living organism made up of billions of cells. Experience the life force that circulates inside you. And let's just shake the hands out then. Shake the fingers as if you are shaking off water droplets from the tips of the fingers. And then come to find yourself in a comfortable position, seated. You can be in a chair for this. You can have your legs stretched out in front of you, or you can be kneeling, whichever feels most comfortable for you at this present moment. You're going to take the time to tune in to your internal self, observing how when you breathe in you have this sense of elevation as you rise up through the flesh, the muscles, the bones, to create room and space for your oxygenated blood to circulate. You're going to check that your shoulders are relaxed and away from the ears, that your neck and throat is soft, and that your teeth are unclenched. We're going to take the left hand behind our left buttock and use the left arm possibly as a prop to feel ourselves straighten through the torso. You then bring your right hand outside of your left knee and you take a breath in, increasing the space, the lift, the elevation. And then as you begin to exhale, you're going to rotate to the left, taking the flesh on the trunk of your body with the twisting spine. Your head will rotate last of all to look over your left shoulder. Tune in to the activity of the belly button in the fullness of the posture. And then keeping that lift you have created, return to your neutral position, and then we'll do the same all over again to the other side. Bring the right hand just outside of the right buttock and use that hand and arm to draw you upwards from your seat, and then bring your left hand outside of your right knee. Unclench the teeth. Rise up, elevate, create space, and then begin to twist into that space that you have made. Take your skin with the motion, for your skin turning will assist the twisting spine. Let go of any tension that you may be pulling into your upper body, your shoulders, your neck or throat. Allow the breath to flow rhythmically, naturally, as you turn to look over your right shoulder. Stay observant and then return to your central position. Close the eyes for a moment and take a breath in and out. Let's now take ourselves into a squat position, and this is a position of truth whereby we need to have our feet hip width apart. Sometimes it's even nice to have them wider. It will make the position a little more comfortable. So place your feet in that honest position. Give your hands the position next to your hips, and then pick your buttocks up and draw them towards the heels of the feet. Now bring your hands forward, and if you come up onto your toes to begin with, get yourself positioned. From here you're going to bring the heels of the feet down if that is possible. Now if you find that too difficult, then you lift the buttocks until the heels of the feet come down, and you can rest your forearms on the upper thighs. So it's better to be in a higher up position here rather than being right down here and with the heels off the ground. If you can be low with the heels on the ground, bring the hands together at the heart. Give a lift up through the trunk of the body as you breathe in. Take any tension out of the toes. They do not need to be gripping into the mat. They should be quite relaxed. Try and avoid falling onto your insteps. Instead, think rather of rolling your inner thighs outwards and getting weight onto the outer edge of the feet. Unclench the teeth and breathe. Really good for giving the internal organs a massage, aiding digestion. And then we'll take a nice deep breath in and we're going to rise up. So engage the quadriceps, the group of muscles at the top of your thighs, and lift up. And bring yourself to Tadasana, mountain posture. We know this position well now if we've been following the daily sessions. And then we're going to step our feet about 4.5 feet apart. Taking into consideration your height and the length of your legs, you may need to widen a little further or reduce the width between your feet. Get yourself into a position that's comfortable. Have the toes facing straight ahead, 12 o'clock. We're going to take a breath in and raise the hands to shoulder level. We can now feel the 5 points to the body, at the toes, the fingertips, the crown of the head, making the star position and feeling that the energy within us can freely circulate. Let's pick the toes up and turn them to the left. We'll turn the left foot out 90 degrees and the right foot in 45 degrees. We keep the trunk of the body nice and erect, straight like a column. We're going to keep our shoulders aligned with our hips, our hands aligned with our shoulders as we take a breath in and create space, and then extend and stretch to the left. We're moving in to the triangle posture, Trikonasana. Slowly lowering that left hand down towards the thigh, the shin, the ankle or the floor, dependent upon your lateral stretch today. The right hand rises up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in and create space from your tailbone to the crown of your head, and then as you exhale, rotate the trunk of the body so you're bringing the right hand side of the chest up towards the ceiling, and the flesh from the left side of the body comes round towards the belly button. Unclench your teeth and see if you can turn the head and neck on the cervical spine to look up towards the raised thumb. Keep your legs lively, active, knees lifting, and breathe. Keep hold of the stomach muscles. Avoid allowing your stomach to collapse. You want those abdominals to be strong so that they may support and strengthen your spine. And with the strength of the stomach and the spine, breathing in and returning to that central position. And let's flow to the other side now, turning the right foot out 90 degrees, the left foot in 45, checking that your torso is upright and like a pillar, a column. And then as you start to exhale, you'll reach to the right, slowly descending once you've got that full reach in place. Bringing the right hand down to a position that's comfortable for you without taking you out of alignment. So you want your shoulders to be stacked one above each other, and the shoulders to be aligned with the hips. It's almost as if you're pinned between two panes of glass. And to get a full experience of triangle posture, you could try it with a wall behind you, keeping your shoulders connected the whole time, the back of the head connected to the wall, and that way you'll really feel the complete lateral stretch that this position offers. Let's take a nice deep breath in and create space through our torso, through our vertebral column, and then we'll rotate it to the left, bringing the left side of the chest round and up to face up towards the ceiling, and we can turn our head and neck to look up towards the thumb. And then with the strength and grace we went into the position, we'll come out. Turning the feet to 12 o'clock. Lowering the hands now to rest on the outer thighs. You can lower the chin and watch the chest rise and fall with a breath. So now again, taking into consideration the length of your legs as to where they may be placed, for we are going to practice warrior position now and a couple of variations. And when you bend your leading leg, you always want to check that your knee is positioned over the heel of the foot rather than going over the toes. If your knee goes further than where the toes are placed, you're going to be putting pressure onto your knee joint, and you really want to avoid that. So it's about having your legs the right distance apart. All will become clear as we progress through the position. So let's breathe in and take the hands out to shoulder level and stretch equally both left and right into the fingertips. We're going to pick the toes up and turn them to the left, positioning them so that the heel of the left foot is in line with the right instep. You might like to look down and check this. The trunk of the body remains upright. Avoid leaning, there's no leaning this time. We're simply going to be manoeuvring the position through the use of the hip and the knee joint. The trunk of the body remains upright the whole time. A nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, bend the left knee. So it's here where you want to check that your shin, your left shin, is perpendicular. That your left knee is above the heel of your left foot. If you have this going on, you need to adjust. So we've reached through the arms to the fingertips, and then let's turn and look out past our leading hand, the left hand. Virabhadasana, the warrior, has strength, purpose and determination. So think of these things as you practice so that these qualities can manifest in you. Let's take a breath in. Let's bring the right hand round to meet the left. And then just turning the right hand and bending the fingers in so that the tips of the fingers grip into the flesh of the hand. We're going to pull back like an archer. And then release that hand behind you. Returning again into your warrior. Another breath in. Let's turn that right hand, pull the fingers in and pull back, almost like you're pulling back on a bow and arrow. Finding your focus. Then releasing that right hand behind you. Let's do that a third time. Breathe in, bring the right hand forward, turn the right hand, draw the fingers in and then pull back on your bow. Hold the position, rise up through the trunk of the body, pull up internally, pubis to navel, lift the stomach, unclench the teeth, and then release that right hand behind you. And then we're going to drop the right hand down to rest on the back of the right leg and bring the left arm up and over. Peaceful warrior. Keep the breath flowing. Be aware of it filling the torso and then emptying. And then release back to the warrior and straighten the leading leg and bring the toes to 12 o'clock. Now if you need to lower the hands here and have a breather, do so, but if you can keep the hands raised, it's going to help build your upper body strength and it's going to increase the tone of the flesh and muscles on your arms. Let's flow to the other side. So we'll pick the toes up, we'll turn them to the right, we'll keep the trunk of the body nice and straight. You can take the time to look down and check on the positioning of the feet, get your foundation nice and strong, correctly aligned. A nice deep inhalation, and then when you exhale, bend that right knee. Now if you feel that you can sink the pubis lower, then just extend that back leg. Open out across the front of the chest. Draw your shoulder blades towards each other. Let's look out past our leading right hand. Let's feel those dormant energies within us come into life. Bring in new energy, new vitality. Let's breathe in and bring the left hand round to meet the right. Let's turn the left hand and pull the fingers in so that the tips are pulling down to touch on the fleshy part of the palm of the hand. And then we'll pull back as if drawing back the bow and arrow. And then release that left arm behind us. Another breath in. And then exhaling as we pull in focus. And then releasing that hand. And then a third time. Breathe in. Get your hand position. And draw back. Find that point of focus ahead of you. Keep the breath flowing, the teeth unclenched. Rising up internally from pubis to navel, lifting the stomach. And then releasing the left arm back and taking that left arm to rest on the outer edge of the left leg. Reaching up through the right arm, peaceful warrior. Drawing back to regular warrior, straightening the leading leg, turning the feet to 12 o'clock, lower your arms, lower your chin, take a breath. And then we'll jump step or walk the feet together, coming back into Tadasana. And then let's take ourselves down to rest onto our knees. And if you need to use a cushion here to place between the buttocks and the heels of the feet, or even under the knees, you can do that now. Let's bring the palms of the hands one on top of each other, point of thumbs touching. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, unclench your teeth, rise up through the torso, lifting the hips away from the femur bones, lifting the skin around the waist girdle up towards the ribs. Close the eyes, a pose of contemplation to draw in the nourishment of the positions you have just practiced. To gain realization of the new release of energy now circulating within your body. This crackling, sparkling energy that you can take forward with you now for the duration of your day or evening. And then open the eyes. Bring the palms of the hands together at the heart, giving yourself a sense of thanks and gratitude that you have enabled for having your practice today. And stay safe in the knowledge that yoga is good for you.